Hear, O believers, the Lord our God is one Lord. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first and great commandment. The second is this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. This twofold, yet single commandment of love is telling us to love God above everything. However, he has this against some of you, beloved, that you have left your first love. You have not let the love of God control you, because if you did, you would love your God and walk in all his ways and keep his commandments and hold fast to him and serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. God, who crowns you with loving kindness and compassion that is better than life, who shows his abundant loving kindness to thousands, has commanded from the beginning that you love one another. Let us then do as we are told and love one another just as Jesus loved. For love is from God. And everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. Whoever loves the Father will obey this, and love the children born of him, fulfilling this royal law, that you shall love your neighbor as yourself, is the message that I bring you today. God, who created man out of love, calls him to love, the fundamental and innate vocation of every human being. For man is created in the image and likeness of God, who is himself love. What is love? Simply put, to love is to will the good of another. Love is the greatest social commandment. It respects others and their rights. It requires the practice of justice, and it alone makes us capable of it. Love inspires a life of self-giving, which is why Catholics will use the word charity when referring to love, because it's something you give. Charity upholds and purifies our human ability to love and raises it to the supernatural perfection of divine love, which causes us to love God above all things for his own sake and our neighbor as ourselves. By pursuing the perfection of charity in the service of the kingdom, in the service of your brethren, we can be knit together in love, and united to Christ forever. Therefore, let us respond by loving as he has loved, and follow his call to love what is good and shun evil. Let us not love with word or with tongue, but with an active love in both deed and truth. By loving one another, we imitate the love of Jesus. I ask you to show yourself an example of those who believe, so that all men will know that you are Jesus' disciples. A believer's love for Christ should bear the fruit of the Spirit, returning him love for love. In obedience of this truth, purify your souls for a sincere love of the brethren. Fervently love one another from the heart, a heart burning with love. I ask you, if you have the world's goods, and you see your brother in need, and you close your heart against him, does the love of God abide in you? Be like the Samaritan who helped the man after he was attacked by robbers. This is what it means to be rooted and grounded in love, and shows that you're striving for the perfection of the world and work for the sanctification of the world. Furthermore, love does no evil or wrong to his neighbor. Jesus stated numerous times that we are required to keep the commandments if we wish to be loved by him and the Father. We do this also by loving our neighbor as yourself, since the other commands are summed up in it. For he who loves his neighbor has fulfilled the law. When we break God's law by sinning, it shows a failure in genuine love for God and man. Sin destroys the love in our heart. It offends it and wounds it each time we do it. Therefore, if you really love Jesus, you will keep his commandments of love also. Let love be without hypocrisy. If you say you love God, but hate your brother, you are a liar, because the love of God is not in you. And you know what happens to all liars. Their place will be in the lake of fire, because he who does not love abides in death, since hatred is contrary to love.